So it is a Saturday night in 1985, and I'm 16 years old. And I am at the movie theater at the Town and Country Mall, which is in the suburbs of Toronto, not too far from my house. And I need to find a payphone now. See, I'm out with a boy for the first time. Not my boyfriend. I don't have one of those yet. Well, I do now, but I didn't then. But my mother is insanely overprotective. And the only way she would let me leave the house that night is if I promise her that I will call right after the movie. So I'm with my friend Joe, and I say, you just wait here in the lobby. I gotta find a phone to make a call. And I phone my mom, and it's like she must have been waiting for that call all night. Because as soon as it rings, she picks it up and she says, "Are you okay?" And I say, "Yeah." And she says, "I'm coming to get you." And I say, "No, God, please don't do that, Mom. Joe and I are meeting up with other people." She says, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. Meet me outside." Click. So embarrassing. So I go back, and there's Joe in the lobby, and he has met up with other friends. And they say, "Hey, Deb, we're going to Harvey's." And I say, "Guess what, guys? I'm going home. My mom is coming to pick me up." Now, luckily, I have really kind friends. They don't razz me at all. They're kind of used to it, actually. And they go off to Harvey's, and I'm standing outside, and my mom's white Pontiac Sunfire pulls up. And I get in the back seat because I don't want to sit next to her. And she's like acting as if nothing's happened. "So how was the movie?" "Fine." "Where are your friends? Don't they want to ride home too?" "No." "Well, how are they getting home? Why not?" "Well, Mom, their mums let them go to Harvey's after the movie." And it's a very quiet, long drive back to my house. And when we pull up into the driveway, I catch my mom's eye in her rear view mirror, and I say, "That was the most embarrassing thing that you have ever done to me." And I get out, and I go in the house, and I go up to my room, and I slam my door. The thing is, I am a good kid. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink much. My room is pretty messy, that's true, but I am a responsible and reliable teenager. And yet, I still have the earliest curfew of all of my friends, 11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. in my mind is just when the party is getting started. 11:30 p.m. is when Saturday Night Live is coming on TV and I have to go home. And it sucks. Well, despite this social problem, I managed to get an invitation to the hottest party of the year, just a few months after that happened. And I am so excited because not only am I invited, but I've heard that there's going to be like 100 people there. It's at my friend Jamie's house, and his parents are going away for the weekend. And even better, my best friend, Alexandra, who I call Alex, she is invited too. And for weeks, Alex and I are planning every detail. What we're going to wear, and who we're going to hang out with that night. And she says to me one day, "Deb, what are you going to do about your curfew?" And I say, "Alex, there's no way my parents are going to enforce an 11:30 curfew on the night of such a gnarly party." And I believe it. So, the night of the party, I am up in my bedroom and I'm getting ready. I have put on my Santana jeans, the ones that are really tapered with the zippers at the bottom. And I'm wearing my cotton ginny green top that I love. And I'm wearing purple eyeliner that I apply very carefully. And I take an extra amount of time to tease my bangs up really, really high and spray them in place with Final Net. I look good. And then I hear my parents down in the kitchen. They ask me to come downstairs. And I do. And my mom says, so where are you going tonight? And I say, Jamie's house. And she says, who's going to be there? And I've learned a few tricks at this point. I only tell them the people that they know. And I leave off the 100 or so other people who I've heard are going to be there. And then she says to me, well, what time are you going to be home tonight? Oh. I say, I don't know. Not the right answer. Well, Debbie, remember, your curfew is 11:30 p.m. Oh, Mom, okay, how about 2? I'll come home at 2 tonight. Nope. Mom, okay, 1:30, please, 1:30. No, Debbie, your curfew is 11:30. Okay, 1. I'll come home at 1. And she says, I've worked a hard week. I'm very tired. You know I can't sleep till I know you're safe back at home. You have to come home at 11:30. And I say, Mom, like, there's not even any point of me going if I have to be home that early. And she says, well, don't go. That's my final straw. I am sick of her telling me what to do. I am tired of being treated like a child. So in a fit of frustration, I look at her across the kitchen and I say, I am gonna come back whenever I want to tonight, and if you don't like it, you can just go fuck yourself! And I turn around really fast and I run up the stairs, I slam my bedroom door, and I dive under my bed. I don't mean just under my bed, I mean literally under the bed frame, because that's the only thing that's possibly gonna save me when they come up and myrtleize me. My heart is totally racing, and I'm listening for footsteps, and they're not coming. So I'm under the bed, lying on my back, and I stick my hand out, and I start feeling around on my messy floor, and there's my phone. I feel it. Still has a cord, right, back then? So I'm pulling on it, and I twist my head around, and I dial Alex's number, which is no easy feat when you're lying on your back underneath your bed, and you're 16. And her mom answers the phone, and I've got to make small talk with her. And finally, Alex gets on the phone, and she's like, hey, Deb, are you ready for the party? Alex, I don't think I'm going. Well, why not? I kind of told my mom to go fuck herself. Oh, shit. And then I hear it. Ba-doom. 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 Footsteps approaching my bedroom door. Alex, I gotta go. Ba-doom. Ba-doom. Fling! My door swings open, like the door in an old Western, you know, when they come into the bar. And from my vantage point, underneath my bed, I see my dad's slippered feet standing in my bedroom doorway. And I hear, Debbie, we need to talk to you now. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. And I squeeze out from underneath the bed. And as I'm heading down, I check my look in the mirror. It's not so good. My purple eyeliner's down to there, and my bangs have fallen. And as I'm walking down to the kitchen, I think, well, I've had a pretty good life. I mean, I don't have my driver's license yet, and I never French kissed a boy, but, you know, it's been an okay 16 years. And when I get to the kitchen, I brace myself in the doorway, in the door frame, because I have heard that when there's a huge storm coming, that's the safest place to stand. And I wait. And my dad starts to talk, and to me it sounds like slow motion. And he says, Debbie, your mother and I have been discussing this party. And we have decided you can go. I know. And we have also decided that your curfew tonight will be 12:30 a.m. But you will never, ever, ever speak to your mother like that again. Do you hear me, young lady? And I'm like, yes, I'm so sorry, thank you. And I run back up to my room, I get my coat, and I get my purse, and I run out of there before they can change their mind, and I go to the party. And you know what? It was an awesome party. The police show up for a noise complaint. I am at a party where the cops show up. And even though my bangs don't hold up that night, my relationship with my parents does. Thank you.